Hello everyone and welcome back to TradeSmart, where we test objective rules-based strategies and code the best performing ones into highly customizable TradingView scripts. With this script you have the ability to customize and connect them to your broker to automate your trading. You can gain access to these scripts and to all of our optimizations by becoming one of our supporters on Patreon. Link is down in the description. If you've been searching for a strategy that is simple yet effective, look no further. Today I brought you one of the simplest strategies I've ever come across for crypto, which performs exceptionally well on RUNE versus USDT, and I made an optimization that is also a good fit for Bitcoin and Ethereum. What makes this strategy unique is that the backtest shows remarkable results on lower and higher timeframes too, anywhere from 15 minutes all the way up to 2 hours. And these results include trading fees. In this video, I will show you the indicators needed, explain how the strategy works, and discuss the two sets of parameters I used. After going through both long and short examples, I will present the backtest results and talk about them in detail. But just before we dive in, let me introduce the sponsor of today's video, tradingtools.software. Have you ever wished for an automated way to find the best parameter values on your TradingView strategies? Your solution is here. Today's video is sponsored by the TradingView Input Optimizer from tradingtools.software, a must-try for every algo trader. With this Chrome extension, the time of spending hours and days on manually checking hundreds of parameter values are gone. Set up which parameters to check, define the start and end values, set the step size, and begin your automated optimization with a single click. Once the optimization process is finished, you can access your data via the report viewer, and even download the report in CSV or JSON format. Unique features like heat maps help avoid outliers and identify optimal parameter values. But what's my favorite feature is the ability to test multiple tickers and timeframe combinations at once. If you plan to optimize a single strategy to work on several assets or timeframes, just create a watchlist, set up your favorite timeframes, then your tickers and timeframes will appear in the script, allowing easy testing across selected timeframes and tickers. If you plan on using an optimizer like this, you should know that constantly generating backtest results may lead to a violation of TradingView's guidelines. And as a result, you may get banned. To solve this problem, this optimizer has a random delay function which mimics human-like behavior, so you can stay undetected. Finally, the use of deep backtesting is also supported. Give this a try today with the free trial. The trial caps at 100 iterations per run, but you can use our promo code TRADESMART10 for a 10% discount on the full version. Visit tradingtools.software or click the link in the description. Also, the developers of this tool are planning to create a Cardano stake pool which will grant participants free access to the input optimizer, so stay tuned for that. There's one extra tool from this team which is totally free, a highly customizable private TradingView script. This script allows entries based on almost any other indicator you put on the chart, such as the RSI or MACD. For example, here I have set up a strategy to enter into longs when the RSI value goes below 30 and to exit after 100 candles. Although mastering this tool requires some investment of time, the payoff is huge, and the best part, it's open source. To get access to it, you can find the TradingView link in the description, which leads you to the description and the source code of this indicator. And while you're there, do follow its creator, Gentleman Goat, for more free tools. And now back to the video. Okay, for this strategy, first of all, open up TradingView and set up the RUNE USDT 30-minute chart. Once you got that, let's add our indicators. For this strategy, we will only use two indicators. The first one is the Bollinger Bands. Add this one to your chart. And the second one is a simple RSI. Add this one to your chart. Now I will go over the base strategy, then on the optimized one. For the base strategy, we don't need to change any settings, so we can leave all the Bollinger Band settings at default, but one thing I would recommend is to change all the lines to step line. This way it will be easier to see if the candles are closing above or below the bands. Same with the RSI, we won't change any settings, but in the styles tab you can untick the RSI based MA as we won't need that, and you can change the RSI line style to step line. Okay, now let's see the rules for longs and for shorts. Here you can see a valid long entry. For a valid long entry, first the price needs to close above the Bollinger Bands. These are our Bollinger Bands line, and here the candle closed above the upper Bollinger Band. The second condition is that the RSI needs to be above the 70 level, which is the overbought level. If you take a quick look on the RSI, on the signal candle, the RSI value is 70.74, so it's above 70. So this is a valid long entry signal. For this strategy, we won't need to use any stop loss placements, as we will exit the position when the price crosses below the middle line. But if you want to be extra careful, use a 3 times ATR stop loss. So we will exit the position at the first candle that closes below the Bollinger Bands basis line. This orange line is the Bollinger Bands basis line. So let's see when that happens. Before we continue, I have a quick question. Would you like to have access to the source code of this simple strategy? Let me know in the comments. On these candles, the price goes below the Bollinger Bands basis line, but they don't close below it. However, on the next candle, we get a break of the basis line and a close below it. So we will exit the position at the close of this candle or at the open of the next candle. Now let's go over the short examples, then I will show you the optimized version. Here is a valid short entry. For a valid short entry, the price needs to close below the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI needs to be below the 30 or the oversold level. On this candle, the price closed below the lower Bollinger Band, and the RSI is below the 30 level, so we can enter into a short. Again, we are not using any stop loss, but if you want, you can use a 3 times ATR distance. For the take profit, we will exit this position when a candle closes above the Bollinger Bands basis line, which is this orange one. That happens right on this candle, so we can exit the position on the close of this candle or at the open of the next candle. Okay, now let's see how the optimized version works. Basically, the optimized version works exactly like the basic one, but we will use different parameter settings with the Bollinger Bands and the RSI. So let's see those settings. For the Bollinger Bands, set up a 180 length with a 0.4 STD dev. Again, it's optional, but you can change the line size to step line so you can see them clearer. For the RSI, we are going to change the RSI length to 30. Then, switching to the size tab, let's change the RSI upper band to 64 and the lower band to 28. And now the optimized version is all set up, which is a perfect fit for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, just to be sure, let's go over the rules again for longs and shorts. Here is a valid long entry, and for a valid long entry, first the price needs to close above the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI needs to be above the 64 overbought level. On this entry signal candle, the RSI value is 64.38, so it's above the level. Stop loss is not needed, but you can use a 3 times ATR distance, and we will exit the position on the first candle that closes below the Bollinger Bands basis line, which is the middle line. And that happens right here. Here is a valid short entry. For a valid short entry, the price needs to close below all the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI needs to be below the 28 oversold level. Here the price is under the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI is at the 21.85 level. So this is a valid short entry. We won't need to use any stop loss, but if you want, you can use a 3 times ATR, and the take profit will be on the first candle that closes above the Bollinger Bands basis line. And that happens right there. One more thing before moving on to the results. For this strategy, I used a 0.05% fee on each entry and exit. And for each entry, I used 100% of the initial capital. So the results you will see are not compounding. With compounding, so reinvesting your profits, the backtest would have generated much higher net profit. And now, let's see the results. Starting with the basic strategy on RUNE versus USDT's 30-minute chart, fees included. From the beginning of the previous year, this strategy executed 471 trades, yielding 288% net profit with a 1.66 profit factor and only 13% maximum drawdown. The equity curve is stable and steadily uptrending. To put it into perspective, since the start of 2022, RUNE depreciated approximately 80% of its value, while Bitcoin dipped around 40%. As mentioned earlier, this basic strategy is effective on both lower and higher timeframes. Here are a few examples. Now taking a look at the optimized version of this strategy for Bitcoin and Ethereum, here's the 5-year backtest on BTC USDT 30-minute chart. The strategy took 307 trades, generated 365% net profit with 1.761 profit factor and a 16% maximum drawdown. The equity curve is steadily uptrending until the middle, but the rate of growth slows down in the second half. On Ethereum, the same optimized strategy generated over 550% net profit with around a 2 profit factor in only 318 trades. The maximum drawdown was 14.44%. On both ETH and BTC, this version of the strategy also works on lower and higher timeframes. Here are a few examples. As always, keep in mind, while these strategies are backtested, it does not mean that the strategy is guaranteed to perform great in the future. Be cautious and aware of the overfitting possibility. We are not financial advisors and none of our content is financial advice. I hope you found this video valuable. If so, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming contents. If you want to know which indicator gives the best exit signals, check out this video. To get access to our best scripts and optimizations, check out our Patreon and become a Smart Trader tier member. As always, thank you all for watching, have an amazing day and see you in the next video.